Yo everyone, it's Diktaturen with you, and today it's the restart of SRL and we are in Bahrain. We are skipping Australia as it's a terrible track in my opinion. So Bahrain, very interesting track. It's very quick, very tricky corners, some of them, and we're just gonna go straight into the action for it's a single qualifying session this time. So it's not the full qualifying that we've gotten used to in SF1L. Now we're gonna do 18 minutes of qualifying, and yeah, it's a little bit strategic in this particular sense as well, because in qualifying sessions like these, you don't have the option really to go on the medium tires to qualify on that, because you're gonna be so much slower than everyone else. So everyone is on softs, and it's basically about, do I want to go 2 laps on softs or 3 laps on softs? Do you want fresh tires or not in the race that you can switch to? I decided to do 3 laps. This is my second lap and my fastest qualifying time, as I didn't manage to set my last time due to an invalidation. If you look on the delta, I am 2 tenths up, so I have a good time on board. However, I am competing with some very fast drivers, as you can see. I am in P11 with a decent time of a 1:26.5, so at least it's improvable. At least I'm gonna be able to step it up a little bit. And you can see on this exit, I'm gaining like 1.5 tenths just right there, possibly even 2 tenths. So it's gonna be interesting to see where we're gonna end up in this. Can we gain here as well? We can. We are now 4 tenths up, 4.5 tenths up on our time. Where's that gonna land us? It's gonna land us in P4. A lot of time to go though, and you're gonna see we did only end up in P6. So we have Victorious, new driver, and he's P1 with a 1:25.6, so that's an insane time. Nuggetbox was last season title contender, he is in P2, and we're just gonna go to the grid and wait for it to line up. Surrounded by very fast drivers here. We have Focus at Game in front of us as well, new driver, Edu, very quick. So we're gonna see how this is gonna shape out as 5 lights are 8, and we are away. So we get a very good start, it looks like. We are gonna pass Edu, and we are touching a little bit there, a small bit of wheel banging, as I'm gonna dive in on the inside. I'm really scared right now. I don't want to be squeezed and sandwiched, so I'm gonna leave the space for everyone, and I'm gonna lose a couple of positions from that. So now I am in P7, and Aliens is threatening us from the back, so we're gonna shut that door completely closed. However, he finds the exit on the outside, and we are battling for P7 right now. We are going side by side through here, and I am outbraking myself, and Aliens gets past, and Lil Tango says thank you very much and squeezes in there as well. And now I am back in P10, battling for P9 with Per Roger, who is also new to SRL, very fast driver, as you maybe have seen in SF1L. I have Metal Machine, he's peeking on our inside there, but nothing is happening, or maybe it was Killers. However, I had a really terrible start, but I wanted to be really cautious. You can see it's very easy if you dive in a little bit too hot-headed, that it's just gonna end up colliding with each other. And in this race and in the season start of SRL, wasn't too keen on doing that, and now it's just about finding our pace, because I've been practicing, and a lot should be. I was aiming for a top 5, let's just say that. Victoria still in the lead, sets the fastest lap, and yeah, this is looking to form into a train. We're gonna see if maybe we can make a go on Per Roger if he breaks early, and he breaks a little bit early. We have somewhat of a touch. That opens up a moment for me, as I can do the cutback on him, and we're gonna see, we're gonna battle it out here. And Aliens in front, he is too far up ahead, so we're gonna go around the outside of Per Roger, and he is defending very well. Fair play to him. He keeps P9 without losing too much time as well. And good that we weren't challenged by Metal Machine, who could easily have been able to stick through his nose there and gain a free position as well. Still in P10 though, as everything has settled down. And yeah, this is looking like it's gonna start being a train very soon, which is the last thing we want, stuck in P10. I am not able to be on an alternate strategy either, obviously, as yeah, But right now, I would have probably wanted to qualify in P11 or something and start mediums, so it's not looking very good. And these drivers are so rapid that, yeah, you're gonna have to capitalize on some potential mistakes. As you can see, we're on to lap 4 now, and we are using the DRS. Per Roger, he is using his boost, it looks like, so we're gonna try and see if there's a move on the outside. But it's really not on, as we're gonna see if we can do some kind of cutback again, if we can get the traction, but we can't. Are we gonna be able to force something here? We are not gonna be able to do so, so we're turning our boost off and waiting for another moment. We can see Per Roger brakes a little bit early again. Is the cutback available? He is getting good traction. We are trying to stick it through there, but it's not working out. And yeah, we have to play a little bit more cautious right now, as we don't want any mistakes to be done. Per Roger, not only being very quick, is also very clean. So I am confident I would be able to stick my nose in and I would get the space, but nonetheless, we all have those moments where we are maybe not paying full attention or thinking someone is going to commit to one of those moves. So I don't want to be put in a position where I'm going to be sent to the walls. So I'm going to be careful. We're going to see now we are lining it up for a new lap with some new DRS straights, and you can see Aliens might be out of DRS here. Looks like that's about a second to the car in front, which means Per Roger is gonna have a pretty free move on Aliens on this straight, and I am definitely looking to follow him through on that, as I have 70% of ERS, so I'm gonna use all of it now and see where we're gonna end up. We're gonna tuck into the slipstream behind these guys, and we are getting some massive speed. Per Roger goes for the move on the outside. Aliens light is blinking, so that means he is low on boost. So we're gonna try and do the cutback now. We're gonna get some good traction throughout here, but they are still side by side, so Per Roger obviously has to leave space. We have another go though. Aliens, no ERS. I am getting past Per Roger. I'm gonna go to the inside. We are getting a legal overtake on Per Roger, but that can't be right, as Per Roger does the switchback. He is coming around on the inside. We did make the move stick on Aliens. Now I see a moment on the inside, but we are getting touched and we are almost losing control of the car. But we did manage to make up a position, as we're now up into P8 behind Per Roger. And coming to the start-finish DRS straight, it should be somewhat of a fairly easy move. But look on the tires, we are 32% now. So,
tire condition is still
asking Jeff there because of that small collision if I could possibly have some damage, but I don't. Wow, this start is intense. We are, however, 3.8 seconds back to Little Tango. So the pack, if you look on the minimap, has split up a little bit. We have the lead car in Victorious, who seems to be a very quick driver. And then three other cars, and then it's me and Per Roger. So we really need to make up this gap somehow. Lining up the move on Per Roger, not gonna be anything about this. He's simply gonna let us go and stick with us for a while now. We have a choice to make, as we need to cut the gap to Edu and Little Tango, because they are in their own little DRS train, and it's going to be virtually impossible for us to catch up to them. So I am deciding now that maybe it should be time to go to the pits and make a huge undercut and try to make the medium tires work the long distance. And as you can see, we are now on lap 7, so it was that lap I went into the pits and we decided to take a huge gamble, as our tires are gonna be dead by the end of this race. We're gonna see where we're ending up. We are ending up behind Davos, who started on those medium tires, so we are gonna make quick work out from him, and then it's just a matter of staying as quick as I can. You can see I'm getting my first track limit warning there as well, so that's not very good for us. But yeah, like I said, we just have to maintain the pace now and make sure. We can see I'm skipping now forward. We are on lap 9. I am just getting past of Lil Tango, who was 3.8 seconds ahead of us just some moments ago. So it looks like we are onto something. Now it's just a matter of being able to stay ahead. And you can see Lil Tango was on those hard tires, and Metal McQueen also pits for those hard tires. We are also getting past Edu and yeah, this is shaping out very nice for us. But now we're lap 11. I am already on 4 laps old tires, while they are on fresh and brand new. So now coming out on lap 11, we have Tixie and Nuggetbox, who just pitted. So we didn't manage to do the undercut on them, but we managed to close up this huge gap. As when Bubble pits now in when it's gonna be lap 12, that gives us DRS and maybe opportunity to catch these guys. But remember, Edu is behind us on very fresher tires, so he is also obviously looking to close this gap. I don't want to give him my DRS, but I'm desperate for Nugget and Tix's DRS. So we're gonna see now, since Tixie is on the hard tires, maybe I should be faster right now. So we're gonna see if we're gonna be able to gain some time while also keeping Edu out from our DRS. But that's looking very difficult, as he is already at 1 second, now 9/10. So we really have to nail this exit right here. I'm gonna try and use some boost to see if we can out drag him from there, but we can't. So he is in our DRS, and now it's 1.7 seconds to Tixie, so this isn't looking very good. So our only option right now is to let Edu go. So 1 lap ahead, we are coming to the start-finish straights, and he is just behind us. We are forced to make the decision to let him go and try to pull ourselves through him and have him close the gap to Tixie, as he is in a much better position than I am. So I'm swirling here to him to make the overtake. I'm not gonna fight it. Let him in go. Very easy move for him. He's thanking me with the DRS. Very kind from him. And the game is on. As long as I can stick with Edu right now, I made my undercut work. I am in my original position right now, so I am where I started, and considering how this race has been so far, I'm definitely happy ending up P6. So we're gonna see if he's gonna be able to close the gap. He's already gained his 9/10 from him, and now in lap 15 he is within his DRS, and so am I. And some guy also pitted, so we are actually in P5 right now. So looking very good. I have to manage these tires though, but Tixie isn't too quick on those hard tires, as Nuggetbox managed to outpace him. So we're gonna try and follow Edu here and make Tixie the last car in this little DRS train, but I have to brake early. I don't want to get ahead of Edu, and I'm gonna take the inside now. We're gonna have to leave him some space on that side, but he is pretty much pushing us wide. So we're gonna see if we can make a go for it. We are wheel banging, but we are making this move stick, but he is doing the switchback on us, taking that inside line for the next corner. So where we're gonna put ourselves, we are gonna have him to get into P4, and we're still back in P5. But something this created is the fact that now Tixie does not have DRS on Edu. So as long as Edu can push a little bit without pushing too much, because we want to tuck in within his DRS soon enough, I should be able to make this move work on Tixie. So we're gonna see and follow these couple of laps now, and see if I can manage to stick with Tixie, as our tires right now I think are in very similar conditions. Maybe his tires are a little bit quicker as well, as I did my pit stop at lap 6, so I'm already on 10 laps old tires. You can see Tixie's rear light is flashing, meaning he has less than 10% of boost, and I'm playing with 40%. He's out of DRS, so this move shouldn't be anything difficult, but I'm gonna use my boost so I get enough of a distance to the first corner so he can't challenge. Because the last thing I want right now is a fight between me and Tixie, because that's just gonna lose us time to Edu. So right now I am 9/10. I do get DRS on Edu, which is huge. So you can see we're gonna be able to stick with him for a little bit now, and the main thing is that we should be able to stick with him to the next DRS as well. Then we should be fine. And we are now in P4, Edu P3, Nugget P2, and Nictorious in P1. Strategy wise, it's gonna be interesting to see where everyone is going. Some people might be trying to do the 2-stop, but I'm pretty confident that the 1-stop here is the way to go, as the time isn't there really to gain. You can see on the track that Nictorious is so quick. He is almost a pit stop distance to us right now. I do get the DRS on Edu, so 34%, 35% on my tires, so it's not looking too bad. I am feeling that I don't have a lot of grip, and I felt that since the very start. I struggled even with the softs in the first laps with grip, and it was very tricky to keep control of the car, but right now I'm in a good mindset, in a good pace, so I'm gonna be able to stick with Edu even on the start-finish straight, maybe possibly even challenging, because you can see I'm very close to Edu right now, and I don't mind fighting this so I can stay ahead and trade positions with him, because I don't want Tixi to have a moment and look on a position on myself. So I'm gonna make the move on Edu. He is not fighting it. We're gonna take the racing line from him. He does not fight. Maybe he's gonna fight, as we have a moment almost losing the control of the car. And on this DRS straight, he is just behind us. We can see, is he gonna go for the move? We are gonna use some boost to stay ahead, because we do remember that he is quite low on boost. So we are still ahead of him, which is crucial for our race. As right now, lap 18, and we have 11 laps to squeeze out from these tires. Now coming to the end of lap 20, you can see ahead of us, Nictorius is pitting for those soft tires. I know he's gonna make up that time when it comes to us, but Nuggetbox might be in a very good position right now, as those soft tires, they die after maybe 6-7 laps. Not die maybe, but they aren't going to be particularly quick. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe I'm going to be able to hold him up a little bit, so Nuggetbox can have the win. Because obviously, if I can choose, if I can help someone, I'm going to help the guy that I know over the guy that's new. So we're going to give him a little bit of a tough time. But you can see he's already making the move on Tixi throughout here. They are pretty much side by side through that corner. Gonna make quick work from him, but I made quite a good distance now to Edu, so I'm feeling very comfortable right here as Nictorius sets the fastest lap of the race. Whew, this race I did not expect to be in P2 right now, but I'm effectively in P3 since Nictorius, he is gonna catch us on those fresh set of soft tires. Regardless, fighting for a podium when I started in P6 and ended up in P10 after those first lap of fighting, it's very interesting, and I'm very comfortable about that, but I'm gonna work really hard now to stay in a podium position, and that means I'm gonna have to somehow fight off Edu and Tixi, who, remember, is on the hard tire. So he is gonna be very quick by the end of the race, as his tires will be in a completely different state than ours. Even Edu's, who pitted I think 3 or 4 laps after me. So I'm gonna have a tough time ahead, but I am managing my ERS very well this race. So I'm looking to use that to my advantage. As you can see now, Nictorius, he is looking to overtake us. We're gonna see if he's gonna try and do the dive bomb. He is, so I'm gonna try and brake so I can get the DRS, but I'm braking a little bit too late. So he gets the DRS, and that puts us in an awkward position as Edu is right on our gearbox. We're gonna have to be forced to use all of our ERS. We're gonna try and tuck into the slipstream now with Nictorius, so Edu can't find this. We're gonna try and brake in the middle of the track, making it very difficult for Edu to find the place to overtake us, and he doesn't find that. We get DRS again, which is gonna help us a lot, as this move isn't gonna be found here from Edu. So P3 right now, and hopefully I managed to hold up Nictorius a little bit, but I think that was very weak from myself. Now skipping to end of lap 24, we are still having Edu behind us, but this time he is super close. So he's definitely gonna have the move on me right here. But you can see in front, yellow flag as Maklamaki retires, and we have a safety car. We have a safety car with 4 laps to go. Maklamaki with the biggest Latifi I've ever seen, and I am very thankful for it. So thank you, Maklamaki. I wish this was planned. This really works in my favor, as we are in a very good spot to do a pit stop. So it's not really a gamble, because if I'm gonna do a pit stop right now, I'm gonna be put into P5, and so these guys are sure gonna have to follow me, and they are. So everyone is pitting except from Nictorius, who did pit a couple of laps before. So suddenly the race leader for most of the race is in an awkward position. Coming into end of lap 26, the safety car is coming in. We're gonna have 3 laps of racing, and it's gonna be very intense to see who is gonna end up. So we are preparing to make a go for it. We are getting a very good restart, as Nugget Box, he is a little bit forced to brake from Victorious there. So we're gonna try and make the move on the inside of Nugget Box, and it looks like we make the move done, but we are touching wheels, and I'm forced to leave him some space here, and I'm getting a moment, getting a track limit warning. It's my second warning now, so I have to play it very safe, as Nugget Box stays clear from me. I don't want to stop fighting him, because on the end of the race, DRS is gonna be activated, and I don't want Nugget Box to be within Victorious DRS, which won't be too difficult right now, since Victorious has some lap older tires than we have. So coming now towards lap 28, Nugget Box red light is flashing, lower ERS than us. We have 67% and a battery we can deploy, so we're looking to make the move this time, and now we are far more clear. So we're gonna stick it through here on the inside, but Nugget Box fight back, and he's getting on the outside. Once again, we're wheel banging, and I'm forced to leave him some space here. Coming on the second DRS straight, we are side by side, losing time to Victorious right now, and we are gonna battle it out once again for this position, as he is hugging around my outside, and this time I'm thinking very quick. I'm gonna let him go. Let him have P2, because suddenly Victorious is 1.5 seconds ahead of us, meaning Nugget Box won't get DRS if Victorious managed to stay ahead for a little bit longer. And that means I'm gonna be able to get Nugget Box on the DRS, the second DRS straight, because we're not gonna have DRS on the start-finish straight, as it's not activated yet. So this race is looking very intense. We are in the battle for P2, possibly even P1 if Victorious makes a mistake. So I really need to find the limit and keep myself on it. I don't want to go outside on the limit right now, but I don't want to be too comfortable either. We are looking to get our best result in SRL ever. So coming out towards the start finish straights, it's 1.2 seconds between the lead car and Nugget Box, so it looks like he's not gonna get DRS. Now we are lining up for the move on Nugget Box. Once again, we're gonna try and overtake him on the start finish straight. We are using all of our boost, and we're gonna see, is this red light gonna start flashing? It is, so we are having an advantage on him. So I'm gonna let it go now and try and get a good exit through the second DRS straight. Coming through first corner, his red light is still flashing, so he is much lower than us. We have 10% more. So we're gonna use all of it right now. DRS is on. We're gonna take the outside line this time and try to stick it through there, brake a little bit later than him, and we're gonna close the door, completely slam it. Wide shot, I was gonna say. And we're into P2. And now, it's very important, we are pushing so we can get within the DRS of Victorious, and now we're only 7/10. Maybe even the race win is on here. We're gonna see, he is gaining time on us on the exit now. We are within the DRS, so gonna be very hard for Nugget Box to make the move stick. Now, gonna push and use all of our boost once again, and hope that Victorious makes a mistake so we can find ourselves through to P1 while we don't lose the car. Right now the tire's in a very good shape, so losing the car feels very weird if that would happen. Looks like the race win isn't gonna be on unless he makes a huge error on the last corner, but we are also having a huge gap to Nugget Box. Purple middle sector, so we are very quick coming into the last corner of the race, and we have done it. P2.
Soya!
I was so happy about this race. P2 in the season start of SRL. I couldn't ask for a better start. Victorious seems to be a very quick driver, so it's gonna be interesting to see. I think he's competing with Noel for the most silly celebration though, but congratulations to him. Very well executed race. Made it a little bit difficult for himself with that pit stop before the safety car, but if that safety car wouldn't have come, he would have won no matter what, so fair play. And fair play for Nugget Box for those fighting. We did touch a lot, but it was fair and clean racing in my opinion. P2, and that is it. Whew. So, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you liked this video as much as I enjoyed coming P2 here. You know, nice guys finished in second position or second place. Now, take care. Have an awesome week.